from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world. This is your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
Fuel prices have been revised. Measures have been taken to import registered drugs only. Emergency purchases have been suspended. The owner of the company that supplied substandard medicine has been remanded. The subject minister says that some elements organizing protest against electricity tariff hike are responsible for it. 25th anniversary of Seat Kalani tyre business was held under the patronage of the president. The court has decided that the cause of death of late businessman Dinesh Shafter was due to pressure placed on his neck and face. Egypt is ready to provide treatment to the Palestinians injured by Israel attacks.
First up, it's news regarding the fuel prices. CPETCO has revised its fuel prices. Meanwhile, IOC has also revised fuel prices from midnight yesterday. Accordingly, the price of a litre of 92-octane petrol has reduced by 9 rupees up to 356 rupees per litre. Octane 95 petrol has been increased by 3 rupees up to 423 rupees a litre. A litre of Lanka white diesel has increased by 5 rupees to the new price of 356 rupees per litre. A litre of Lanka super diesel Euro 4 variety has increased by 10 rupees up to the new price of 431 rupees. A litre of kerosene oil is increased by 7 rupees up to the new price of 249 rupees. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Jayaratne, says although the price of diesel has been increased, bus fares will not be increased. Chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Jayaratne, said that after the bus fare revision in July, the price of diesel has increased in 2 occasions. However, according to the existing national policy on bus fares, there is no legal provision to increase bus fares at present. Meanwhile, All Island Inter-Provincial School Transport Services Association and All Island School Student Transport Association says that their charges will not be increased.
The owner of the local medical company who was arrested over the import of low-quality immunoglobulin injection vials has been remanded until the 15th of this month. Magistrate of Maligakanda, Lotana Abevikrama, issued this order yesterday. The 54-year-old Janaka Fernando is the owner of the controversial company. He was produced before court yesterday and later remanded. She ordered the CID to arrest all responsible officials who are connected to this racket of importing low-quality drugs without proper procurement process, disregarding their social status. The factory owned by the suspect in Sidua area has been sealed by the Medical Supplies Division. The magistrate also ordered to present a report on this matter. The low-quality injection vials have been manufactured in the Sidua factory, pretending to be imported from India in the tender documents. It has been revealed that the Medical Supplies Division has accepted the stock of low-quality injection vials without conducting a quality test.
Now, Health Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana has instructed the officials only to import registered drugs to the island and to suspend emergency purchase of pharmaceuticals. The minister gave these instructions at a discussion held with top officials of the Health Ministry today. The minister pointed out that in case of non-availability of registered drugs, they will be purchased after considering the required data and getting approval from the National Medicine Regulatory Authority. Top officials of the National Medicine Regulatory Authority, State Pharmaceuticals Corporation, State Pharmaceuticals Manufacturing Corporation and the Medical Supplies Division were present at this occasion. Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana said that if there is no registration, the file should be referred to the National Medicine Regulatory Authority. Then the authority will look into the supplier and thoroughly evaluate the process of registration, whether there is a reasonable condition to issue permission.
Several protests against the increase of electricity bill were held yesterday and today as well. Meanwhile, at a media briefing held yesterday, the subject minister said that certain elements who are leading the protests are responsible for the electricity tariff hike. Protests against the electricity tariff hike have been organized in various places in the island since last few days. A protest march in this regard started today at the Divulupitia bus stand. The police has taken action to prevent the protest march coming into Columbo. Police have arrested President of the Electricity Consumers Association, Venerable Balangoda Kashyapatera, and 5 others. Protest campaigns were organized last night in several areas as well.
පොලිසිය විසින් තහනම් කරලාද පෙළපාලිය ගිහිල්ලා පාරේ බුදිය ගත්තා. පාරේ බුදිය ගත්ත පොඩක තියෙනවා. හරි. පාරේ බුදිය ගන්න බෑ. මේ මනුස්සයා බස් එකේ ඉදින ඔයගොල්ලෝ අත්තට උඩ ගන්න නෑ. වරදක් කරු මනුස්සයා ලංකාවේ ඕනම තැනක මාත්‍ය අත්තට උඩ ගන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ආ ඒක ලෝක අපිට මහදේවල් නෙවෙයි පුළුවන් දෙයක් කරන්න.
The 25th anniversary of Siat Kalani Tyre Company was held in Colombo yesterday under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. During the past 25 years, the Siat Kalani Tyre movement has transformed into a successful private business, from the state-owned entrepreneurship making business excellence during this period. Praising this story of success, the President said Siat Kalani Tyre movement is exemplary for other business movements that hope to enter into the Sri Lankan market. The employees who were committed for the success of Siat Kalani Tyre were felicitated at this ceremony.
Kalani Tyres was in Kalaniya, next to Biyagama, my electorate, and when I became Minister of Industries, I realized we'd have to close this down. Kalani Tyres had its own name. During Mrs. Bandaranaike's time, we were entitled to 2 tyres a year, and they were both from Kalani. So all our vehicles had 2 Kalani retreaded tyres and 2 new tyres. So we could never forget Kalani and its old technology. And a decision then was made that I said, let us sell off Kalani tyres. So we went ahead and we asked for the usual procedures, and then the bids came in. Chanaka was the first, but President Premadas for some reason didn't like it. So then came the second time. Second time also you were the first. So I'm the minister in charge, he didn't like it. So I said, sir, I can't go on giving reasons. Third time was also the same. At that stage I said, we have to take a decision. Tell the country and the World Bank and the IMF whether we are choosing the best bid or whether we are choosing the Maharajas or industry. So Chanaka, you got the factory, but my house got burnt. It was only the beginning. The trade unions, I tried to persuade them, look, it's a bad situation, we'll have to close it down. But this big fight went on. And we had a lot of issues getting support for the company to carry on. And they had to close down. Even the Jatika Sevaka Sangam, they came to me. I said, look, either you got to close it down or you just got to let it go ahead. Next stage was Siat and Kalani coming together. We are now celebrating the 25th anniversary. Congratulations. This is a good example of Indo-Lanka cooperation. To those who want to come into Sri Lanka, this is a success story and how we can go ahead. So I would look at Siat Kalani not merely as the enterprise which rose up from the ashes, but also one of the future. How Indians and Sri Lankan certainly can work together. To the Goenkas, I must here appreciate the work they have done in making it a success. We in Sri Lanka can get together with India, and I hope this paves the way for many more industries and ventures from India to come together.
General Secretary of the Parliament, Kushani Rohanatira, says that the Appropriation Bill for the year 2024 will be presented to the Parliament on the 13th of this month. It is scheduled to be presented by the President. The budget debate will be held from the 13th of this month to the 13th of December. The Parliamentary Affairs Committee that met on the 19th of October under the patronage of Speaker Mahindayappa Abeyvardhana has agreed for this schedule. The Parliament will meet on the 7th, to the 10th of this month. The senior advisor to the President on National Defence, Jayaratne, says that the President will immediately take actions to appoint a top-level committee to prevent and control of road accidents and allied deaths and injuries. He made these remarks participating in the Safe Road, Safe Children International Road Safety Summit today. The summit was held at the Golf Face Hotel in Columbo this morning. The Sri Lanka Medical Association's Expert Committee for Preventing Road Accidents has organized this event. Basic attention was focused on minimizing children subjecting to road accidents. They held discussions regarding the role that can be played by education, health, transport, law and order and many other sectors to minimize deaths and injury of children in facing road accidents.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that the most respectable awarding ceremony for cinema artists in the country, the Presidential Cinema Award ceremony, should be organized in a very cost-conscious manner. He stated this in a special discussion held today regarding organizing activities of this festival. The Presidential Cinema Awards 2023 is scheduled to be held at 6:30 p.m. on the 14th of this month at the Nelum Pokuna Theatre in Colombo. 53 awards for various events in the cinema sector will be awarded at this ceremony. A sum of 7.1 million rupees has been allocated for prizes. Films for awards will be selected from the 42 films screened in the year 2019 and 2020. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena stated that the aim of organizing this ceremony is to offer the highest respect for the artists of the cinema industry. Parliamentarian Namal Rajaka says that all arrangements have been finalized to hold the 7th anniversary of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, giving priority to religious observances.
He said that considering the existing situation in the country, the anniversary will be celebrated without gathering many crowds. Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Parliamentarian Namal Rajaka said that Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that next year will be an election year. Therefore, we strengthened our branch organizations and electoral Balamandala during the past period. Our party expects to provide relief to the general public in the next year. We are looking at the budget proposals, whether they will lead to strengthen the economy. Our party is an organization that always think of the people. Our party is open for any group, and we hope that all relevant factions will join us at the end. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that provincial public officials are able to develop the entire country by developing their relevant areas with innovative thinking and using new concepts.
The Prime Minister made this comment participating in the Anuradhapura District Progress Review meeting held under the concept of New Village, New Country. The Progress Review meeting was held at the Anuradhapura Provincial Council Auditorium yesterday. Public servants, parliamentarians and ministers and regional political representatives were present at this meeting. The Prime Minister further said that as price of fuel in the world market has increased, people have to use fuel sparingly to prevent a power crisis. He added that the grants provided to Aswasuma Relief Program have been increased. Attention was also focused regarding many problems of the people, including the human-elephant conflict. New building of the Central Nuragam Palata Divisional Secretariat was vested with the public yesterday under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. This new building provides digital technology facilities to 22,000 families in the area. A program was launched to distribute land deeds has also been organized at this occasion.
CITRA's scholarship program has been implemented for senior executive level state officials. This has been organized by CITRA Innovative Research Institute. The program was held on the 30th of last month at the Heritage Hotel in Ahungala under the participation of Prime Minister's Secretary Anuradha Dissanayake. This has been organised for 30 senior public officials. Extracurricular activities, practical orientation and study systems are being used in this program. It is to be concluded on the 3rd of this month.
Columbo Magistrates Courts today decided that the cause of death of businessman Dinesh Shafter was due to a pressure placed on his neck and face. The courts also decided that a criminal offence was possible at this incident and ordered the director of the CID to produce the relevant suspects before court. Columbo Additional Magistrate Rajendra Jayasuriya declared this verdict after considering the reports presented by the 5-member medical experts committee appointed over this incident.
Visiting Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman informed Mahanayaka of Askeri Chapter Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Jayaratne that she will witness the exchange of MOU on solar electrification of religious places across Sri Lanka. This is the first project under the $15 million grant assistance announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the promotion of Buddhist ties between the two countries. The multi-city visit of the Indian Finance Minister is expected to provide added momentum to economic and commercial engagements between the two countries. A total of more than 30 business leaders from India are accompanying Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The Indian delegation visited Kandy this morning and met Most Venerable Mahanayaka Theras of Malwatha and Askeri chapters. Mahanayaka of Malwatha chapter, Most Venerable Tippatuave Sri Sumangala Thera, said that Sri Lankans respect the Indian Finance Minister for the support extended to obtain a second tranche of the IMF financial facility to Sri Lanka. Minister Sitharaman reiterated India's continuous support to Sri Lanka in future as well. Later, she met Mahanayaka of Askeri Chapter Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Jayaratne Thera. India has planned to construct 10,000 housing units in the central province to facilitate the estate worker community. She worshipped at the temple of Tooth Relic and Satara Mahadevalayas. In the meantime, ambulances carrying seriously injured Palestinians have crossed from Gaza into Egypt for the first time since the war between Israel and Hamas began.
Now, the first group of 110 foreign passport holders have also been allowed to leave the territory via the Rafah crossing. Gaza's borders have been closed since Hamas's attack on Israel on the 7th of October. Western officials say Rafah is expected to continue opening for limited time periods to allow foreign passport holders and injured civilians to leave. The lists of those allowed to cross will be agreed between Egypt and Israel, with embassies from the relevant countries being informed in advance to ensure they can prepare to receive their citizens, according to the officials. The BBC understands there are about 7,000 dual nationals in Gaza. Israel has been bombarding Gaza for more than 3 weeks and has recently sent in ground forces in response to an unprecedented cross-border assault by Hamas gunmen in which 1,400 people were killed and 240 taken hostage. Gaza's health ministry says that more than 8,700 people have been killed in the territory since then, while the UN says supplies of food, water, fuel and medicine are dangerously low because of the siege imposed by Israel. The Israeli army has announced 15 soldiers have been killed in Gaza since yesterday. It's an increase on the previous death toll of 11, which was reported by officials this morning. Israel's ground war in Gaza is now underway, as the Israel Defense Forces approach Gaza City from the north and east as they face tough challenges of urban and tunnel warfare. Military analysts are forecasting gruesome urban fighting and referencing the US Army's and Marine Corps' brutal lessons from Iraq, including house-to-house fighting in Fallujah in November 2004 and 9-month siege to liberate Mosul from the Islamic State in 2016 and 2017. The Met Department says that there is an increase of rain from the 3rd to the 5th of this month. The Met Department predicts that rain exceeding 100 millimeters will experience island-wide. Heavy rains about 100 millimeters will be experienced in the western Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces and in the Galle, Matara, Kandy and Nuwara districts. Rain will occur in the morning in the eastern, north central and northwestern provinces and in the Matale and Badula districts. During the thunder showers, temporary heavy winds may occur. The Met Department informs the public to take necessary precautions to minimize dangers caused by lightning gale force winds. A flood situation has occurred in the Matara district due to the overflowing of Nilbala River and its tributaries. People in the Mulatiana, Kamburupitiya, Akurassa, Aturaliya and Malimbad areas faced immense difficulties since the low-lying areas and roads have gone underwater.
The Census of Housing and People, which usually commences every 10 years, was kicked off at the Presidential Secretariat today. Presidential Secretariat was listed as the first building of this census. The significant feature of the census is the use of modern technology with traditional printed documents to gather information. Tabs and internet will also be used for this purpose. The last national census of people and housing was held in 2012. Population, geographical and ethnic patterns, social traits of the people and information of housing will be considered in this census.
Gampaha High Court has indicted a person named Anuja Jayasinghe regarding a statement made by him to a YouTube channel in connection with the renovations done at the Ruan Val Mahasaya in Anuradhapura. The suspect had conducted the relevant discussion with the YouTube channel on the 28th of May last year. In that discussion, the suspect had said during the renovations of Ruan Val Mahasaya, the original pinnacle and the precious gemstones were replaced with bogus pinnacle and gemstones. He further said that due to this reason, people of Sri Lanka had to face many economic and social crises. He had alleged that then President was responsible for this action. The then chief incumbent of the Ruan Val Mahasaya, Venerable Pallegama Hemaratana Nayaka Thera, had lodged a complaint to the President and the IGP regarding this statement. The Thera had pointed out that from the statement the suspect had insulted the Mahasangha maliciously. The Thera had therefore requested an independent inquiry into the matter. The CID has ordered that they will conduct a special investigation to this matter. The CID has called up technical reports regarding the pinnacle from the Gem and Jewellery Authority. After 3 months following a lengthy investigation, the authority confirmed that no change has been done to the original pinnacle. The company had set up lightning rods on the Ruan Val Mahasaya has also confirmed that such lightning rods have been set up in all archaeological monuments belonging to the cultural triangle. These reports have been thoroughly considered by the Attorney General's Department as well. Accordingly, the Gampaha High Court has filed indictments against the suspect Anuja Jayasinghe. He has committed a crime and a criminal offence under the 120th clause of the Penal Code. He had also convened defamatory comments against the Mahasangha with the intention of causing religious hatred in order to breach law and order. In addition, the indictment points out that the suspect can also be punished under the clause 484 of the Penal Code.
Director of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital in Columbo, Dr. G. Vijay Surya, says that there is an increase in dengue fever prevailing because of the prevailing rainy season. He says, therefore, special attention should be focused over this matter.
Dengue, Vagakima, Ape Aramunai, Jayaratne Rupavahini Samaga, Mortin, Dengue Neti Hetak.
Director of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital in Columbo, Dr. G. Vijay Surya, said that the hospital has recorded admissions of dengue patients in the past days. Therefore, he urged the public not to panic and hospitalize any child who is suspected to have dengue. In foreign news, German-American model Heidi Klum's Halloween costumes always set the bar high for every celebrity, and this year was no different. The model arrived at her annual bash in her latest extravagant outfit, a peacock, and called on Sir Katie Solai to help her make her entrance at the annual bash in New York. Her husband, Tom Collins, joined her as a human-sized egg, and her daughter Lenny dressed up as strawberry shortcake. Keegan-Michael Key, Elle Key, Ice-T and Coco were among the celebrities who attended the annual Halloween bash. Meanwhile, Dwayne Johnson's donned a hilarious wig to dress as David Beckham.
The match between Sri Lanka and India of the World Cup cricket tournament will be played in Mumbai tomorrow.
In the one-day cricket history, India and Sri Lanka have played 167 one-day matches. Out of that, India has won 98 matches and Sri Lanka 57 matches. One match tied and 11 matches ended without a decision. According to the points table, India is on the top and undefeated at present. Sri Lanka have played 6 matches of this tournament so far and won only 2 matches. However, tomorrow's match is crucial to Sri Lanka team. The legendary cheerleader of cricket in Sri Lanka, Percy Abesekara, passed away. He was popular among cricketers and cricket fans worldwide as Uncle Percy. Born on the 30th of July 1936, Percy Abesekara was 87 years at the time of death. He started his career as Sri Lanka's cricket cheerleader with the Lions flag in his hand in 1979. Since then, about 44 years, Percy Abesekara cheered Sri Lanka team in almost all matches played in Sri Lanka and abroad. Remains of late Abesekara are now lying at private funeral parlour in Borala. The remains will be there until 2 p.m. tomorrow for public respect. Then the funeral will take place at the Borala General Cemetery at 4:30 p.m.
And that was a look at your news broadcast on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. I am Siobhan Pereira signing out with Sharifa Tahir, wishing you a pleasant evening. Take care.
Good night.